Harry Fox was the inventor in 1914 of the fox trot. As part of his act, Harry Fox was doing trotting steps to ragtime music, and people referred to his dance as Fox's Trot. He married Yankee Dolly of the Dolly Sisters in 1914 and did an act with them. My father used to tell the story about a brief brush with the possibility of superstardom. He was on the bill with the Dolly Sisters when the man who danced with them fell sick. The stage manager of the show was a friend of my father's and told him, "John, you get out there and replace that man. It will be the making of your career." Unfortunately, my father had to make a change during the Dolly Sisters' performance. He'd never seen the act. Had he seen it, he would have tried, but he had no knowledge of it. This story always struck me as a little suspect. After all, who ever heard of the male partner of the Dolly Sisters? Yet if the male partner was Harry Fox, he really was somebody. My father would have been replacing a genuine star. Harry Fox, the man my father failed to replace. Harry and Yangtze divorced in 1920. A 4-volume CD, Music from the New York Stage, 1890 to 1920, has Harry Fox singing the song particularly associated with him, "I'm Always Chasing Rainbows." A friend sent me the cover of Nicholas von Hoogstraten's book, Lost Broadway Theaters, which features a photograph of the Vanderbilt Theater, West 48th Street, just off Broadway, in New York. On the marquee is, "With Harry Fox." The show being advertised is Oh Look, from 1918, the show in which Fox sang I'm Always Chasing Rainbows. Boardman writes, Stephen Baird, Harry Fox, a young man on the verge of bankruptcy, commands our attention. His friend Jackson Ives, Frederick Burton, provides him with money until a gold mine can begin to produce. The new money brings an assortment of new friends, but they all desert him when the money is found to be counterfeit. Only his girl, Grace Tyler, Louise Cox, remains loyal. Night after night, the handsome Harry Fox stopped the show with I'm Always Chasing Rainbows, adapted from Chopin's Fantasy Impromptu. Though the musical could not satisfactorily fill even the new bandbox playhouse for more than 67 performances, it was revamped for the road with the Dolly Sisters as stars and played to packed houses around the country. I listened to Harry singing I'm Always Chasing Rainbows several times over tonight. At first I wasn't so sure I liked it. Now I'm beginning to find it quite beautiful. The song suited Harry in ways he could not have known in 1918. The lyrics were by Joseph McCarthy, 1885 to 1943, the same person who wrote the lyrics to Irene, which featured My Sweet Little Alice Blue Gown, and which also played the Vanderbilt Theater, and such hits as You Made Me Love You and Rio Rita. Since Harry Tierney, the composer of both Irene and Rio Rita, was a close friend of my father's, I'm sure my father knew the lyricist as well, especially since McCarthy was Irish and my father's theater friends tended to be Irish. McCarthy wrote, Ireland must be heaven, 'cause my mother came from there. The song I'm Always Chasing Rainbows makes the likelihood of my father's connection to Harry Fox that much stronger. But to return once more to Mr. Fox, he has an infectious smile in the early manner of Douglas Fairbanks and a comedy manner of William Collier's middle period. Yes, he is a good comedian, if not in the very top notch, and he sang about always chasing rainbows with an expressiveness of manner that is the best of substitutes for a voice. And I added this. In vain, Harry, we barely see your face in Easter parade, barely hear your voice. Did Fred Astaire acknowledge your dancing? Did he remember you? In vain, Harry. What does it mean to be always chasing rainbows? Your expressiveness of manner, your infectious smile, were they a comfort later when you failed but kept on? Did your name ever again occupy the front of the theater in electrics? Did you wake and wonder and look and find the rain? Did you ask whatever in heaven happened? In vain, Harry, in vain. What tenderness I feel as I think of you, or see you move and smile, young in the movie always. In vain that brilliance, in vain that tenderness, in vain that sweet power of charm. And when you died, did you see rainbows still? A young man on a screen, a sweet life, a man the leading lady kissed. In vain those kisses. Good night, Harry, dancer, sweet man, singer.